A lot's been made about North Carolina pushing the ball in their pace of plays. The goal for you guys to run with them, try and play more of a half-court game.
First just stop their transition. They're one of the best teams in the country. Transition. If we just stop that, limit their athletes, McAdoo, Bullock, and Harrison in transition, I think we could have a big chance. And we just want to play our game. We're good in transition as well, so we want to get up and down as well.
Quinn, how well do you know these guys? Didn't you play in the summer league against a bunch of them? And how close are you to some of the guys?
I've been playing P.J. Harrison all my life. I've been playing against Reggie Bullock. Me and James McAdoo were captains on a 16 under and 17 under the U.S. national team, so I'm pretty close to a lot of them.
What do you think about that matchup inside with McAdoo and Plumlee?
Oh, it's gonna be fun. Mason, to me, he's the best big man in the country, and I think McAdoo doesn't get the credit he deserves. I think he's having a great year, and he's one of the best players I've ever played with. So it'll be a dogfight down there tomorrow.
Quinn, a lot of people outside the locker rooms giving them much of a chance to beat you here. How do you guard against that kind of feeling seeping into your locker room as well?
We have to remain focused. We can't just think, just because of their record or their prior losses that they're just going to come in here and it's going to be a blowout. They're a great team. People have seen glimpses of them. Against UNLV, they played good against Miami the first time. They've had some good games and they have a lot of talent. So, we can't just come in here just thinking it'll be a blowout tomorrow. We really have to come here and execute what Coach wants us to do.
Quinn, Mason said earlier that early in his career, when he missed a few shots earlier, the guard stopped trying to get him the ball. Now he knows if he misses a few early, he'll still keep getting the ball. It's the primary playmaker. Can you address that point?
Coach made a big emphasis on, just keep on to Mason consistently. A lot of times early in the year, if Mace had it going, we'll keep going to him, but if he didn't have it, we'll try to find other things. But one thing about Mason is when he gets the ball on the block, he doesn't look to score first. He always looks to pass. He's one of the best passers on our team, so, he creates opportunities for so many of us. So, when we get him the ball, great things happen.
Quinn, what impresses you about Seth and what he's been able to do with that nagging injury and still putting up the numbers he's putting up?
I don't know how he does it. Just with the practice, I don't think he has chances to, really work out after practice or, do conditioning. It just says a lot about him and his toughness because just to play with an injury like that and still perform at the top level is tremendous. So, I don't know how he does it.
Hey, Quinn, you went over to a Central game a week or two ago. How many games have you been to, and then how did you end up going over there?
I've been to two. The first one was against Howard, and I know a lot of guys on the Howard basketball team, so on the Central team, so I wanted to check that out. And I went to the Morgan State game, and myself and Tyler, our old coach, is Todd Bozeman, coach at Morgan State. So a couple of my old teammates played for Morgan State. So it's just good basketball to go watch.
Quinn, it's obviously Coach K wants you to treat every game the same. But still, growing up, watching the Duke-UNC rivalry, this still has to be a big game for you. This is your first, more or less, start of many against them. Can you just talk about that, what it means to you to be playing in this game that you've always watched and it's been so big?
It's a dream come true. It's just something, that every young basketball player watches and, wants to have a chance to play in the rivalry. Duke-UNC is up there with the rivalries as the Celtics, Lakers, Boston, Red Sox, Yankees. And that's in the same section. So, every basketball player wants to grow up and play in that, and just to finally, really be in it. It just says a lot about the hard work that we all on UNC side and Duke side have put in our lives to get here. So, we all want to take advantage of it.
When you were close to going over, I know Carolina was on your recruiting radar. When that selection process came up, were you close to going over there at all, or take us through that selection process?
It was a tough process. I had about 5 schools at the end of my recruiting process, and I just had to sit down with my mother and my high school coach, Steve Smith, and we just did the pros and cons for every school, and Duke ultimately was the best spot for me. I just felt comfortable there, and my official visit, that's when I really thought I was gonna, well, I knew I was gonna come here just because it just felt home and I wasn't nervous at all. So.
Do you think about how different life would be had you picked the flip side?
No, I haven't really thought about that. You know, I'm happy with my decision. You know, and I really haven't thought about any other else where I would rather be.